Good afternoon, all of you. My name is Anurag. I'm the Senior Client Success and Learning Manager at BMN Capital. And today we are here to discuss related to today's data events and the important developments which we have identified, which a trader should keep in mind while trading into today's market. So, as we all know that we start with the important news and the upcoming data releases, and also we are going to give focus on those datas which will already have been released and have impacted the market, and we'll try to understand the market symmetry, that how the market have reacted because of the data release. Although in current scenarios, datas are not that important because we don't have any very strong data to be released, right? But yes, lot of geopolitical issues are right now going on, like the US-Iran tension. Then we have Trump's speeches, right, and their decisions related to the tariffs and all. So we need to have a focus on those data. So without wasting time, let's discuss this. I hope my voice and my screen is clear, right? So we've been discussing that the economic events for today, right? That is the 25th of February and Wednesday. So in the early morning, we have lot of speeches from the US Fed, right? And few speeches from the members who have the voting rights, right? Yesterday also we have a lot of speeches with like Goolsby speech we have, but those members don't have any voting right, right? And if they don't have voting right, so they can't vote for a rate cut or a rate hike or a rate hold, right? Moving ahead, so the most important data for today is the API crude oil stock change, right? We have seen a very tremendous improvement in the oil stock change, right? Previously, the figures is in negative, and right now we are seeing a figure which is in positive, which is 11.4. And the only reason why this happens because of the US-Iran tension, because majority of participants are right now trading in premiums for this oil, right? So there is high probability that although there are 10 to 15 days of ultimatum have been given to Iran to settle and to sit and negotiate the deal with the US. So if anything happens and if this tensions doesn't escalate, then there will be a sharp fall into the prices. And if this escalates, then high chances that prices might continue to go upwards and might test the $100 per barrel prices. So this is one of the data. Then comes the Australian data. So we have the inflation rate data, and everything is near or uh, same as the expected figures. So there is no such surprise, right? Then we have already done the speech. So the only thing which the Trump have said that everything is going very good and US is performing very tremendously good, and the only reason why it is performing good because of his tariff, and in future also he is going to continue with this tariff policy, and all the major trade partners of the US are also supporting their tariffs things, right? We don't know how much it is correct, but yes, this is the only thing which is important I find in this speech. Then let's come on to the data which are still pending to be released. So we have the inflation data for the European Union, and yes, this data will bring volatile movement into the prices. That means we'll find a trading opportunity after 3:30 for sure. So in my watch list, I'm going to add the euro, and today we're going to discuss any specific euro currency pair. Moving ahead, then we don't have any great data, especially in the US session. But yes, at 7 o'clock we have the wholesale sales data, right? So this is the data which will have an impact on the Canadian pair. So the next currency to be added into my watch list will be the Canadian dollars. Then we have the Fed barking speech, right? So we'll have a focus on this. And in the last, again, we have the data related to the crude oil. So we need to have that how the market react on this data, and the probability that this data will come in a positive figure is quite high. In the last, we have the 10-year bond auction for the Canadian pairs. So this is an important data which we have to keep in mind. Any data which is related to the money market operations and the data related to 2-year bond, 5-year bond, 10-year bond till 10-year. So this is very important. And same for the US at 11:30, we have the 5-year note auction, and this is the data at the release of this data, right? High probability that this data have all the potential into it to change the course of gold prices. So if it is offering higher interest rates, so instead of investing in a non-yielding assets, people tend to divert their investment into a yielding asset. So this is the thing. If higher interest rate, sell gold. If there is no change, then continue with the trend, whatever is the trend. And right now, gold is heading upwards, although in a minor or micro structure, if we see, it is taking a correction. So that's all for the economic events. Now let's move on to the technical part. So just give me a minute. Let me share my screen with you. So over here, I hope you have access to the screen, right? And my chart is visible. So what we'll do, this is the daily chart, right? And today I have added 2 3 new indicators into my trading systems, right? Because market is quite choppy right now, and when you have to trade in a choppiness, so you need to have a system which will give you that how much uh, pips of target or stop losses you can expect into this market. And for that, I'm using a tool which is called the standard deviation. I've used the by default setting of 14, and I've placed the moving average on this standard deviation, right? So I'm not going to take the readings of the standard deviation. Rather, I'm going to take the readings of this 14 average of the standard deviation. So it is telling me that on a daily basis, the standard deviation of the crude oil is 130 pips, right? And if we see in the charts, into the charts with the candlestick, you can see the green line, right, which is the Bollinger Band, right? So for this also, I've used the 14 period with two standard deviation and on the basis of high and low. So right now it is at the upper band, and from the upper band, chances of a correction towards the downside is quite high, right? So high probability that uh, till the US session we'll find news which is saying us that there will be no more tensions. Iran is ready on some points with the deals which the Trump have offered, right? So chances of a reversal toward the downside is quite high by looking into this. So if I take a sell call, I need to keep my stop losses according to the standard deviation. So from this upper band, I can take a stop loss of almost 130 pips, right? That means if I take a call right now from the 65.80, so just above the 180 points, I need to keep my stop losses, right? And same is the case with the target, right? Over here, we can identify that there is a broadening, descending broadening wage pattern which have been broken. Prices went up because of the US-Iran tension. Then again, a consolidation. This is also a symmetrical triangle formations. Prices again given a very good momentum, right? And momentum doesn't mean that strong candle, but in how many times, in how many candles prices have reached a specific price point, right? If it is very fast, that means the momentum is high. So yes, we have seen a very strong momentum, but if we see the past few days, the momentum is getting depleting, and which is an indication and which is creating my biasness towards the sell side, right? And it is giving me more confidence that instead of taking a buy call, yes, we can bet on a corrective move, right? So yes, the correction till the mid band of the Bollinger Band, which is resting around 64.53, is into the technical chart. So yes, we can take a sell call. Another signal to just have the confirmation, I've used the CCI indicator, which is the commodity channel index, and I've used the 14 period, same with the high and low. And over here, prices have been overbought, and right now they are moving downwards, right? And if we see this high point and this high point, so I have the divergence also. So the probability for today, so today's biasness is towards the sell side is quite high. Now let's have a more microscopic look on a smaller time frame. So for that, I use H1 time frame. So yes, the day the Asian session have been started with a sideways movement after the release of the oil stock change data, which we have seen, which have come in the positive figure. That is the reason the downside is quite limited. But yes, still we have a lot of data to be released, right, later on in the US session. And if we see the Bollinger Band, it is getting flat. So how I use my Bollinger Band, whenever the Bollinger Band, any band is getting flat, will act as a strong support or resistance. So right now the upper band is getting flat. That means prices, this area will act as a strong resistance. So I'll wait for the prices to take a small corrective move till here. And as soon as I find a candle which again came back into this range, right, this consolidation range, and give me the close in this range, I'll take a sell call below the low of this candle, and whatever is the previous high, I'll keep my stop losses above that. And I try to find if it is within the deviation range of 130 pips, then it is good. If it is more than that, so I won't take any trade, right? So this is my criteria for today for the crude oil. Now let's move on to our favorite, that is the gold. So in the gold, we are following the same old system. I am using the 21 EMA and along with the RSI of 5 period on high and low. So over here, prices have taken correction, and if you see the low of this candle have been taken, and if the low is taken and again prices try to continue to take the low, it is an indication that it is a correction, right? So right now gold is in a corrective phase. But yes, if we see the current microstructures, and if we connect the current swing points, right, which I've identified by using an indicator which is called the fractal. So if we try to understand the fractal flow, so it is telling me that prices are making a higher low and higher high formations. So yes, right now prices might take a correction towards the downside trend line, right? Once prices get rejected and again they came back into the range which is resting, which is situated above this trend line, which is going upwards, then I think of taking a buy call, right? Till now, according to the current market symmetry, my biasness is toward the sell side, but it is not a trading opportunity. It is just a correction. But yes, there are a lot of people who tend to trade on a very smaller time frame. So let's have a look on a very smaller time frame of 5 minutes. So yes, prices went down. Right now they are heading upwards, right? And this is the last candle. In the next candle, we have the green candle. That means buyers are pushing the prices upwards, right? And if we connect the dot and try to identify the market symmetry or the market structure, so this high have been taken, then this is the last low, right? And this low also have been taken, right? So if we connect this, so again it's a broadening wedge thing, right? That means what will happen? So this is my expectation that prices might go up again. Then from there we have a fall into the prices towards the downside, right? So according to the market structure, if anybody wants to take a small buy call, they can take it. But yes, my trend and the bigger time frame is telling us that wait for the prices to get weaker, because this is not a trend of bulls right now. So yes, there is a correction towards the trend line. It's still pending. Let's help the market to complete this correction. So wait for the prices to reach this level. Once you find rejection into the candles, and any candle which successfully give me the close in the zone which lies between these two trend lines which I have drawn to identify the broadening wedge is happen, so I'll take a sell call toward the downside, and from here I think of taking a buy call, right? So this is the market commentary for today for gold, right? So I've given the smaller price behavior, that what we can expect from the market and what next till the US session we are expecting, right? Although the prices are getting very good momentum towards the upside, so it's very good if you take a buy call. But yes, it's a very aggressive move. Now let's move on to the silver. So over here, let's have a look on a H1 time frame. So this is the H1 time frame in the Asian session. Only when the big banks and the market players are active, big players are active, they have already taken a very strong positions, right? So they have already pushed the prices upwards. Right now, market is in a sideways move, and when prices are not moving very fast and it is just moving sideways, that means within a specific price range, right? That means prices Neither they are going above the 91.21 level, and neither they are going below the 90.08 level. It means that they are taking a time correction. That means they need more participants into the market, right? And when the participants will come into the market, when we have news or data releases. But today we don't have that much data releases, but yes, we have the news. So what we will do as a trader, stay tuned with the BMN Capital Insights group. We'll share all the important news events along with the analysis and how they will impact the different asset classes into the market. You'll get the picture over here and you can take your decisions accordingly. Till the time in silver, there is no clear directions. Market is still sideways, right? If we see the RSI, it is still holding grounds above the 70 level. That means the bullish pressure is quite high. So any short-term correction toward the downside is an opportunity to create a buy on dip, right? Create a buy position from the dip. So wait for the prices to give you a discount. And then again, when prices have an impulse toward the upside, take a buy call. Okay. And if there is a breakout above this high, which is the day's high, which is not going to happen in the Asian session, but yes, in in the European session, there is a possibility that yes, we might have a candle close. So you'll find two, three candles for 1 hour towards the upside, and then in the US session, high probability that there might be a correction toward the downside. This is the trend line which I've drawn over here, right? And it is being respected by the market continuously. Prices went above here, then moved sideways, right? That means this consolidating area which I've identified over here, right? This consolidation will act as a strong support, and this is the best area to take a buy call, right? So instead of hopping into the train right now, it's better you should wait for the prices to come at your platform. Once they test this level and you'll find prices again getting strength towards the upside, then create a buy call towards the upside for the gold, right? Now let's move on to the Forex. So we'll take the Euro USD, right? So Euro USD try to break this trend line, right? This is a trend line which I've drawn by using the H4 time frame, right? In the H4 time frame, it have broken, again retested it, then again try to move upwards, but they are not getting that much strength, right? Then now the US data, which are still pending to be released, although we don't have that much data, but yes, that bond auction data is the only data which will give the clear direction to this pair, right? So that is the time period when we can create a very good uh, trading position into the USD. Till the time, let's have a look by the H1 time frame that whether we are finding any good short-term intraday trading opportunity. So prices went up. Now you can see over here, it's a very good consolidation. Prices have broken this consolidation, tested this zone, right? Now there is only two possibility. Either prices need to move upwards. Once you find any green candle which successfully give you a close above this zone, then above the high, you can take your buy call, keeping your stop losses below the previous swing points. Second thing, if prices didn't go up, right, and successfully gives a close below the low of this red candle over here, right, then the test of this area, right, which is small order block, right, in 15 minutes also can easily identify this area as an order block. So yes, you can wait or you can take a trade till this level, and from here again we might find a rebounds in the prices, right? Because this area will act very strong, right? And if prices, and this is going to happen when we have this 5-year note auction data, right? And at the data release or after the data release of the 5-year note auction, candles give me a close below this zone, then don't think of taking a buy call. It's a sell call. This is a fake breakout towards the upside. Market have given us the real thing, right? The wave, the reaction have been settled. Now you have to take your positions toward the downside, but only when the alternative scenario which I've discussed, that after the note auction data if happens, then only. So this is for the Euro USD. Now let's move on to the next section of the report, that is the US 30, that is the indices. So this is the US 30 chart, right? And it's a H1 time frame. Over here I am not using any indicator. Prices, Yesterday, we have seen a sudden spike in the US session that prices went up. Right now, they are moving sideways. And by looking at the current price structures, probability that prices might go up is quite high because Donald Trump is saying also a lot of things. US economy is performing very good. And if you see the chart also, so still on a bigger time frame, US 30 is still holding very good grounds, right? Very higher levels, right? They are showing strength. So the probability that yes, prices might go up, and over here you can see this two red dotted lines, which I've identified as a strong resistance area. So high probability prices might go up, breach this trend line, test this area. So this is one trading opportunity, and if prices get rejected, then there will be second trading opportunity, right? So till US session, I am bullish, right? In the US session, if I see the reversal, so I'll be towards the downside, and again prices will come back till this consolidating area, right? So I'll find a very strong trend or strong trade right till here, right? So this is the two trading opportunities. Now, in the last but not the least, is the Bitcoin. And we have seen, let's have a look on a daily time frame, right? So prices went down, again moved sideways, making small microstructures toward the downside, and it is making very small swings, right? And whenever prices make small swings, right, and that too within a specific range of any candle, chances of a breakout towards against this thing is quite high. So this microstructure is telling me that this is the high point, this is the lower high, this is the lower high, this is the low, this is the lower low. So prices are showing that this is a downward trend, right? And you can see that we have drawn this trend line. Prices have taken a time correction, and that correction is completed right now. So the chances that all the liquidity, all the stop losses which are resting above this area is going to be taken by the market, and the probability that prices might go up is quite high. But what should be the right strategy to take a buy position? Wait for the prices to breach this trend line. Once this trend line is breached, that means we find a candle which is successful in giving a close above the trend line. Then whatever range you have identified, wait for the prices to test that range, right? For that you can use the Fibonacci retracement. Once that test have been done, and again when the prices are getting trend towards the upside, then it is the right time to take the buy call, keeping your stop losses below the low of this area, right? And this would be your target area, which is our previous support, which have been broken, and now it is acting as a resistance, right? So this would be the confirmation, right, of break of this trend line. This would be confirmation of uh, I'm getting a buy at a discount price, and once this is done, then this would be my target area, right? So this is the market commentary for today for Bitcoin. And stay tuned. We'll meet again tomorrow. Until the time, we have our social media handles active where we share all the latest and upcoming developments into the market, which we are not able to showcase you or give you into this briefing. And this is a kind of monologue, right? So only I speak, I don't take questions. But over there in the comment section, you can ask your questions also. Within 30 minutes, you'll get response from me or from my team also, right? And stay tuned. And from tomorrow, we are going to conduct this briefing earlier, right? So according to the Dubai timing, it is going to be happen at 12:30 p.m., right? You'll find this message on the official channel of the BMN Capital. So stay tuned. We'll meet again tomorrow. Till the time, this is Anurag. Signing off for today, and have a great trading day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I request all of you to leave the Zoom meet room. Thank you.